Tonight, the 10 Weather Impact team is fact-checking Hollywood. In 2 weeks, the box office weather hit Twisters has already cleared almost $165 million, and it still holds the second-place spot in theaters, according to IMDb.
But just how realistic is some of the science and the technology showcased up on that big screen? Well, to answer that question, we brought in our own expert, 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens, to explain.
There's no lack of weather-related drama and action in the movie Twisters, but how much of what you see is movie magic compared to actual science?
We got PhDs from NASA, FEMA, and Kate. She's the smartest person I know.
Hey, dudes.
To get answers about the real-world science, I reached out to NOAA's National Severe Storms Laboratory in Norman, Oklahoma, and Larry Hopper, the chief of radar research and development.
I think, Twisters is a movie, and so there's a lot of things about the movie that, are very interesting.
Are those fireworks?
Yes, ma'am.
The fireworks aside, one of the main areas of research the teams are doing in the movie is on something called phased array radar, or PAR. This is actually something being developed right now and could have huge impacts on the future of weather forecasting in the U.S.
PARs have thousands of individual elements on a flat antenna that direct the beam electronically instead of mechanically, like what you'd see from a traditional rotating dish radar.
These radars could be the next generation of weather surveillance and come with some big advantages.
So in terms of what PARs can offer from a volumetric standpoint, just a standard scan, we can do that generally right now anywhere from 60 to 90 seconds, whereas the current radar network would be somewhere between 4 to 7 minutes.
That could mean faster warnings, faster identification of tornadoes, and more time for people to take shelter.
It can definitely help get the warnings out a little bit earlier. It could definitely give improved confidence in the warnings that you're issuing, particularly for very short-lived tornadoes.
That would be huge in the Midwest, where we get many of those smaller kinds of tornadoes. As for Larry's take on the rest of the science in Twisters.
But I think in terms of the actual process of developing a research question, a hypothesis, and testing it, the scientific process, I think, is absolutely on display.
If you feel it.
If we see this radar technology come to a wider use, those decisions likely won't be made until sometime in the 2030s, with deployment likely off into the 2040s. Twisters, however, well, it's in theaters now.
And it was a very good movie. I enjoyed that. So it's interesting to see that that is based on something that is, I guess, into development, or people are talking about that could work.
As I say, without spoiling too much of the movie, because obviously
Please
it's
don't,
still...
because we haven't seen it.
Some people still haven't seen it
It's a
yet.
great movie.
It's kind of funny, this research the bad guys are doing in the movie, a little bit more based in science than what the good guys might be doing, but there's definitely stems all throughout of actual real weather research.
And do you guys sometimes sit there watching movies like that saying, that would never happen? That's so fake.
That was me through the first 20 minutes, just tearing apart. I'm like, that's the wrong word. You shouldn't use that there. That can't tell that.
Overall, they're
That's very
worth
hard for a
watching.
meteorologist.
Absolutely.
And raising awareness, at the very least, especially, and we've been overrun by tornadoes. 65 twisters so far in Ohio this year, a record nobody wanted to see broken. So everybody, again, is on board with that. And if it advances the science and awareness that much, then it's worth it.
I mean,
we
so
don't
many
need
of
a
us
movie.
got
We
into
lived it. We lived right through it.
If only it were 3D. All right, it's pretty awesome.